just when you thought it was safe to go outside. It's not. I can't believe this. Alex, I cannot fucking believe this. It's like every 3 months. It's like fucking stocks where we get the earnings report every quarter at this point. The NBA has a gambling problem. I mean, a major I thought I was bullshitting a little bit. All right, I said it before in a couple of videos. I was like, the NBA has a massive gambling problem. Literally, that was the title of the fucking video. The NBA has a gambling problem, or the NBA has a massive gambling problem. And sure enough, today, 3 people were arrested for an illegal gambling operation: Chauncy Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier. All right, I missed it when they called him Terry Rozier, but I don't know. Terry Rozier, I feel like he's gonna be. I don't think he's going to get a ban, but I don't know. So, Chauncy Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier have all been linked to an illegal gambling operation. Now, Chauncy Billups is a special case, which we will get to. But Terry Rozier was involved in like this, illegal poker operation. Chauncy Billups was also involved in an illegal poker operation. Or gambling thing. And Damon Jones, though, was involved in illegal sports betting. However, Chauncy Billups, special case, because he was involved in both. So you might be asking yourself, to what extent is Chauncy Billups involved in this? Well, Chauncy Billups did take part in illegal poker games with mob crime families. Mob crime families, Alex. Mob crime, like the Gambino crime family. This motherfucker, I don't believe that. Like, Chauncy Billups was playing with some dangerous fucking people. All right, we're talking about people that dump your body up the Angeles crust and you're never seen again. All right, like how? Like, how is it that you make millions of dollars? Money people like me could only fucking dream of, and you fuck it up. Chauncy Billups is so fucked that, like, Portland should just start looking for a new head coach now. I'm gonna tell you right now. Like, I understand Chauncy Billups is on leave, but this motherfucker is gonna get a lifetime ban from Adam Silver. Like, Chauncy Billups is done. And if he's not, I'd be very impressed. I'd be very, very shocked if he's not done in the NBA, because Chauncy Billups was not only participating in illegal poker games, but he was also providing information as a head coach, using his position to his advantage, and providing information to people externally of, like, guys who were going to play that night against them and who weren't. Okay? Like, Chauncy Billups might have known before anybody else that LeBron was not going to play the night they played them, right? I do know on certain instances, it's actually in the indictment, that Chauncy Billups on, I think, multiple occasions provided information to somebody externally that Damian Lillard was not going to play and LeBron James was not going to play. There was actually also another incident in which, like, the very next game, after LeBron James broke the point scoring record, that He provided information to somebody saying that Damian Lillard was not going to play, I guess, against the Lakers or somebody. So, Chauncy Billups not only is involved in the poker shit, but now he's also involved in, like, insider information getting out. And not that necessarily calls the integrity of the game into question, but you cannot have it where you have coaches and front office staff and players or what have you, whatever position, are divulging gameplay information to external sources long before the league releases it. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, if a player's, like, questionable, or a player is, like, a game time decision or whatever, like, for example, let's say Joel Embiid is a game time decision, but Daryl Morey has already told, or Daryl Morey or whoever, or Nick Nurse has already told Chauncy Billups, or whoever the person is, has told Chauncy Billups that Joel Embiid is not going to play. He's a game time decision, but he's not going to play. Chauncy Billups was taking that information like hours earlier and telling people like, hey, Joel Embiid's not going to play tonight, so bet on like Tyrese Maxey to get more shots or X amount of points, or bet on Paul George to get X amount of points. Okay? Like, I'm telling you right now, like, this is going to be the moment of truth for Adam Silver. Okay? Chauncy Billups is going to be the man that I think they make the example out of. I think Damon Jones is probably done too. Terry Rozier, I don't know, because he's a player, and I understand he's not LeBron, but at the same time, that works to his disadvantage that he is not LeBron. Because I'm going to just keep it a buck. I would not be surprised if Adam Silver drops the fucking ban hammer on all three of them. And the craziest part of all of this is Chauncy Billups is listed as co-conspirator number 8. Co-conspirator number 8 in the fucking indictment. That's information from Brian Windhorst on the Rich Eisen show today. Brian Windhorst said they have Chauncy Billups listed as co-conspirator number 8. You mean to tell me there's 7 more motherfuckers that are co-conspirators in this? So, like, I just think to myself, right, this is Adam Silver's moment of truth. This is his coming to God moment. Okay, if you want the illegal gambling in your league to stop, okay, you have to give them the Jonte Porter treatment. You just have to start banning motherfuckers. I know it, and honestly, it's a little dangerous to do, because if that ever happens to like a superstar player, a Giannis Antetokounmpo, a Luka Doncic, a Nikola Jokic, a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, an Anthony Edwards, right? You probably can't drop the ban hammer on some of those players, all right? But it's just the idea. We are at a point now where I think to myself, I'm waiting for the day that a franchise player, I'm not even going to say superstar player, but like a franchise player, a guy that a team has built their entire fucking team around, okay, ends up in one of these indictments. I'm waiting for that day. Because then, like I said, we're going to see what type of balls Adam Silver really has the day that comes. Because I'm just going to keep it a buck with you. I think 100%, 110%, there are some franchise players in this league that are young enough and dumb enough where, yeah, they maybe got huge contract extensions. I mean, Keegan Murray just got 5 years, 140. All right? But it's just the idea. The day is going to come where a superstar player gets caught in one of these fucking things. And Adam Silver is going to be left with the decision of ban them for life or fine them or suspend them or what have you. Okay? But it's got to be hefty. It's got to make motherfuckers think about doing this again. It really does. It's got to make motherfuckers think twice about doing this. And so far, I don't think they've done that. I don't even think the NBA is good about handing out fines when players criticize the fucking refs. Not that players should not have that ability, but the thing is, these sports organizations and sports leagues always hand out fines that are like breadcrumbs compared to what the fuck they make. Like, I remember a time James Harden, like, he criticized the refs or something, or said something he shouldn't have, and they fined him like $20,000. I'm like, bro, that's James Harden's bar bill. What the fuck? That's a night out on the town for James Harden. James Harden, career-wise, this motherfucker I think's made over $200 million. $20,000 to him is a trip to the gas station. What, Alex, what the fuck is that? Can you tell me? $20,000 on a motherfucker who has made over $200 million in career earnings? That's what that is. This is the new thing. We're going to get this on a shirt or some shit. I don't know. But, like, I just think to myself, it's very hard, I think, for players and personnel staff. Granted, personnel staff don't get paid as much as players, and also the NBA is maybe light on their players because they're players. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could see like James Harden only getting a $20,000 fine because they don't want to piss James Harden off because, you know, in 2018, 2017, this motherfucker was lighting the league on fire with his step back threes and his free throw line bullshit. But it's just the idea, like, I could understand it from that aspect, but at the same time, you need to teach these motherfuckers that what they're doing is wrong. Like, you have to make them understand that you're not fucking around anymore. And I don't think Adam Silver, I don't know why, But I don't think Adam Silver has learned that yet. Yeah, it's easy to ban Jontay Porter for life because nobody knows who the fuck Jontay Porter is. The one thing Jontay Porter is most known for is getting banned from the fucking NBA. Ain't nobody watching his game saying, I want to be like Jontay Porter. All right, but there are motherfuckers out there watching Luka Doncic and Steph Curry and LeBron saying, I want to be like them when I get older. So that's where I feel the line teeters a little bit. I think if a superstar player ever did this, and I do think it's going to happen one day where it comes out that a superstar player is participating in this, or a franchise guy, I don't think they're going to get banned, but they might get suspended for the entire year. They might get I don't know. I honestly think the fines should be in the millions of dollars. I don't think there's anybody who's going to disagree with me with that. Anything under $1 million to these people is like a bar bill thing to them. If I almost think the fine should go based on your salary. I'm not even kidding. I almost think if you're Jason Tatum and you're making what, $300 million? And what's your annual salary? 40, 50 million a year? Okay, $20 million fine. I'm going to take half your fucking salary for the year. That's the type of fines that I think need to be handed out. We're going to hit you in your pockets where it fucking hurts, because that's the only way you're going to get these players to listen. Or unless you just start banning motherfuckers for life, and that's a very dangerous thing to do, because you ban the wrong player, all right, I granted, there are certain players, LeBron is one of the few guys that I think could literally, murder somebody and the NBA would still allow him to play somehow, some way. If he could play in that situation, I think they would find a way to let him play. But it's just the idea, you're at a point now where you gotta set a mark and stick to it if you're Adam Silver. And the crazy part is, in this indictment that came out about Chauncy Billups and Terry Rozier and Damon Jones, Chauncy Billups is listed as co-conspirator number 8. There's 7 other motherfuckers that are involved in this. So, I don't know, man. I don't know what the repercussions of this are going to be, but I do know what the repercussions should be. Chauncy Billups has likely coached his last game in the NBA. I know he's on leave, and if you're a Portland Trailblazers fan, you might not like to hear that, but it's just the idea. I think Chauncy Billups is done. Even the idea that he's associated with mob crime families, and then he's also divulging information that he's got that other people don't, for these people to gamble on and shit. You don't know if Chauncy Billups is being held at fucking gunpoint. If you're so he's playing poker games with the Gambino crime family, and for whatever reason, who's to say they're not holding him at gunpoint or have shit against him where they're you're going to tell me who's going to play tonight and who's not, so I can make bets based on that. Who's going to get the most shots tonight? Who's going to score X amount of points? You know what I'm saying? So if you're the NBA, you got to think to yourself, I would almost think there's no way they let Chauncy Billups back into the league because he's playing poker games with mafia, crime families and shit. So I think Chauncy Billups is fucking finished. And I don't like to call for people's jobs, but I feel like he's one motherfucker that, yeah, he's probably going to get the lifetime ban hammer. He's going to get the Jontay Porter treatment. But as far as Terry Rozier, Damon Jones, I don't know to what extent Damon Jones' punishment's going to be. He might also get a ban hammer for life. Adam Silver might just say, fuck it, let's get rid of him too. Terry Rozier, on the other hand, because I think he was only involved in the illegal poker games, I don't know how true that is, but if he was only involved in the illegal poker games, okay, the NBA doesn't care that much about that. But if he's divulging information, or there was one instance where he supposedly had a foot injury, came out of the game, but then the very next day he was fine or something like that, or not listed on the injury report or whatever, things like that are what raise the league's eyebrows a little bit, and they're going, why didn't you play this night? Oh, you came out of the game with a foot injury after you only scored 5 or 10 points? Oh, okay. Or you got to 8 points, all of a sudden you're you have a foot injury, so you were under on the 9.5. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen to Terry Rozier, but I will say this: if Chauncy Billups is listed as co-conspirator number 8, and there's 7 other motherfuckers involved, like, I don't know what to tell you, dog. Like, Adam Silver's got to put his foot down. Like, that's my opinion at this point. I know we did it with Jonte Porter, but, you know, Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, came out and was like, we're not talking thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. We're talking not even millions or like $1 million. No, we're talking multi-millions of dollars that is like being fucked around with here. Like, that's what they're saying. It's literally millions of dollars they're gambling, you know? So, like, this just simply doesn't look good for anyone involved. Terry Rozier's probably going to get the least amount of punishment out of everybody because he's an active NBA player. But Chauncy Billups is probably going to catch the brunt of it, just to throw it out there. Like, Chauncy Billups, I think, is done. Like, I'm giving you my real opinion right now. Like, Chauncy Billups has likely coached his last fucking NBA game and will likely be banned from the NBA for life. He will not be in a front office. He will not be on a court. He might not even be able to show up to fucking games. Like, this motherfucker gonna be sitting on his couch watching games for the rest of his life. Okay? So, it's just the idea. I don't know to what extent, you know, all the punishment's going to be, but I do know Chauncy Billups is fucked. That much I do know. So, there's that. And then, you know, you got 7 other co-conspirators? Like, I don't know, man. Like, I just... It seems like every quarter now, every 3 months, we're getting another thing where, like, somebody's caught in an illegal gambling thing. And if I was making the type of money they were, oh, man, I would not be doing this. Like, I would be traveling the world, eating the type of food that I want to eat, and buying the house that I want. Granted, like, all these players have probably already did that. But, like, I just think to myself, like, I would be finding other ways to utilize my money other than illegal gambling. And if you're Adam Silver, you absolutely 100% have to send a fucking message now. Like, I'm sorry, there's no such thing as Chauncy Billups. Like, if they let Chauncy Billups continue coaching, if they let Chauncy Billups just continue, like, let him stay in the league, that's not sending the message you need to send. That's sending the message that, like, you can do all of this. You can be associated with mob crime families and divulge insider information to people externally and let them bet on the fucking games and win millions of dollars, and there will be no punishment for it. Like, eventually you will be back. And that is not the message that needs to be sent. You know, I'm at a point now where I think Pete Rose should be allowed into the MLB Hall of Fame. Because this motherfucker was betting on his teams to win. He was betting on himself, actually, to perform better. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you guys have seen the videos on my channel. I'm a pretty good shooter of the basketball, all right? Like, I don't think I could bet money on myself to score 9 points in a game and actually do it. Just because of the mental, like, how that fucks you up mentally. But also, Gilbert Arenas has talked about illegal poker games too, and he was actually hosting them for like $10,000 buy-ins and shit. So I don't know if Gilbert Arenas is involved in this or not, but I do know Gilbert Arenas, I think, is actually even admitted on the Gil's Arena podcast that, like, him and players, you know, not to be named or whatever, have been playing illegal poker games for God knows how long. You know, I actually thought that was pretty dumb of him to, you know, say that on the podcast or even tell anybody about it. So it ends up, because I think I saw that on Twitter not long ago as well. And then he said, I think I saw something on the Gil's Arena podcast where he, like, literally fucking says it. Like, not the smartest thing in the world. But you know what? We will see. We will see what the NBA does. But I will say this. Adam Silver, if you see this video, I doubt you will, but you need to send a fucking message, okay? Like, we need to quit fucking around. Not small beans, man. I think you need to start finding people in the millions of dollar range, not this $20,000 bullshit. Like, I'm sorry, but, you know, if you got Jason Tatum making $300 million, all right, you got Keegan Murray making $140, all right, you got these guys who are making millions upon millions of dollars. There's no reason any fine should be less than $100,000. And you know what? Second round picks, yeah, that's gonna hurt them That's going to hurt them if it hits them in their pockets and they do something like this. But, like, at least you know those second-round picks ain't going to be fucking around gambling. Like, once those fines that the NBA hands out start to really hit people in their pockets, like Jason Tatum making $300 million, okay? Let's say for the year he makes $40 million. We're going to fine him $20 million. Yeah, sounds extensive, but I guarantee you that motherfucker will never do what he was supposed to, what he did bad ever again. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing. Like, if you're going to fine somebody, at least make the fine punishable. At least don't make the fine laughable. Because that happened to James Harden. Remember when James Harden, I think he criticized the refs or something like that, and he got paid like, they fined him like $20,000. I was like, bro, that's James Harden's bar bill. That's a night out in Houston for James Harden. This guy's career earnings are north of $200 million, I would think. How much has James Harden made career-wise? I'm pretty sure James Harden career earnings. James Harden, the highest single year salary was over 40. So his career, so James Harden's career earnings, this is fucking crazy, is over $400 million. And they're giving out $20,000 fines, bro, for criticizing the refs. Now, I get it, okay? Like, it's criticizing the refs. But the fact of the matter is, a lot of times, like, the fines they get don't fit what they actually fucking did, you know? So, like, if the NBA could do that, like, I'm not saying that James Harden should be, you know, or Jason Tatum should be fined $20 million for criticizing the refs. I'm simply saying the fine should not be laughable. That's all I'm saying. Like, if they want to criticize the refs, okay. You know, I understand a $20,000 fine in that situation, but the problem is, like, when guys are making $400 million for their career, you know, and that's their career earnings. I get it. It's taxed, you know, it's, you know, so maybe let's just go half, $200 million. That's still a lot of fucking money. So, like, I just think to myself, like, if the NBA, and not just the NBA, but other leagues were more serious with how they hand out fines, maybe you'd see shit start to change. That's all. That's all I'm saying. So, tell me what you guys think about this down below in the comment section below. A like helps me out. Subscribe if you guys want to see more on the Fast Break Report. And I'm out of this motherfucker. Peace, guys.